Hello, welcome to the She Matters Mapping Tool webinar. My name is Dawn Oliver Wyand, and I'm the Executive Director at the Iowa Women's Foundation. We are pleased to present this tool to you today. In 2009, the Iowa Women's Leadership Project, consisting of 15 organizations from across Iowa, came together and created the She Matters Status of Women and Girls in Iowa. She Matters was written to provide relevant and accurate data on the issues affecting women and girls' lives in Iowa. The report focused on key areas vital to the success of women and girls: demographics, health and well-being, achievement and autonomy, employment and income. This is a tremendously important report. The information can impact nonprofit programming and curriculum, workforce production and revenue, individual and corporate philanthropy, as well as high school and higher education graduation rates. The She Matters report provides you with the data on a statewide level. The Iowa Women's Foundation contracted with Jim Addy at Mapping Strategies to produce maps that take the data down to the local level. We produced this tool so accessible, quantifiable data regarding the economic, social, and professional status of Iowa women and girls would be available and easily accessed. I'm now pleased to introduce to you Melissa Tolley, who will provide you a tutorial on how to use the maps.
Thanks, Dawn. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the mapping training session. I want to start out by first pointing out the URL to get to the maps. You can find them at iawf.org/getthefacts/mapping tool. So right here, this is your first stop for all of the mapping resources. Next, I'd like to point out that we have a handout that will help you use the maps. You can access the handout directly from the mapping page. Feel free to print the handout or have this open as I go through the maps today. As you'll see, it provides a lot of information that will be useful when you use the maps. Okay. So first thing, you can access the mapping tool from this button here, but also if you scroll down the bottom of the website, of the web page, you can get links to different maps depending upon your interest and needs. So the first map is the service providers map, which shows service providers in Iowa that serve women and girls. So let's start with this map. When you open this map, what you'll see is that it shows little orange squares, and these squares have information about organizations that serve women and girls. So if you just click on one of the icons, you'll see that an info box pops up explaining what this dot indicates. So right now I have the Family Crisis Center of North Iowa. And you can see in this info box, you get the name, you also get the address and other information, and you can click for more information on that org, which will take you to their website. So each dot on the map represents one or more organizations. If there are multiple organizations in the area, the info box will indicate that there are multiple, and then you can click to find the other locations. Okay. Once you are in the information, if you want to get a closer look at the site, you can hit Zoom to, and that'll shoot you right down into the locality so you can get a much closer look at where you are. So that's useful if you are already on the info box. Other ways to navigate the map are right here. You have the plus and the minus for zooming in and out. So if you hit the plus sign, you'll continue to zoom down. If you hit the minus sign, you'll continue to zoom out. So you can keep on zooming to the level that's useful to you. You can also click on the map and move it around. I'm just clicking and dragging. So these are all ways to navigate the map. Again, to show the info box, you just click on the little square and you can pop around and check out all the resources. As you can see here, I clicked on an area and got 2 organizations. If I want to see the second, so 1 of 2, I just click this little arrow and it takes me to the second organization. Okay, that's your basic map functionality, just sort of clicking around the map and moving around. You also have some information over here on the left and along the top. Details, as you can see, when I click it away, takes away that sidebar. So if you want a bigger view of the map, you can click Details on and off. You also have an option to modify the map, which is located up here in the top right. If you click Modify Map, it'll bring up an option called Add. What this allows you to do is search for other data, other maps that are available, and allows you to look at those with the data that we have available here. In order to do that, you will have to create an account, but you can create a free public account. If you're interested in that, you can see the handout on page 6 where we talk about creating an account. Okay, back to the sidebar here. Right now we see our legend is showing. The legend indicates that it's turned on right here. If you hover over that little icon, it'll say Show Map Legend. And on this map, we just have one set of information, just the service providers, and it's displayed by this icon. Next, if you click the middle icon, Show Contents of the Map, it's telling you that's the data that's available. The I gives you About the Map, where you can get more information on where the data came from, how it was compiled, and how, excuse me, when it was last updated. Let's look at a different map that has more data on it to review the tools a little bit more. I'm going to click back to the home page here. I'm going to scroll down to Education and Health. And you can see when this map loads that it has a different look and lots more data than the other map we were just on. So if we come back over to the left, we're still on the legend. You can see that here. But now you can see we have the areas that are done by counties, different data for each county, and what color coincides with with which data. If you click your contents here, it's going to tell you what information we have showing. This is really useful because this map has a bunch of data sets, as you can see. You can turn them on and off. So if I turn these off, you see things disappear. If I want to put back on my service providers, now I know where my service providers are. I can also then turn on pregnancy termination rate and look at these things together. I can add in other information. I can take away. So basically what this lets you do is it lets you look at data together, so multiple data sets, and turn on and off what interests you and what is useful to you. So that is useful on a map with multiple data sets, which most of these maps have. Okay, on the content page, you also can get more information about the data. So if you see right here on the right, you have these little black drop-down arrows. If you click on one, it'll bring up some information. So you have zoom to, transparency, change symbols, and show tables. These are some of the main options. If you want to change the transparency, for example, what that'll allow you to do is to show things lighter or darker. So if you wanted to make something fade away or be much darker, you can adjust that. If you wanted to change the symbol, so if you wanted it to be, for example, on the service providers map, if you wanted it to be a triangle instead of a square, you could change that. But the most useful thing I think under this option is the show table. If you click this, it'll bring up the table right here, which basically just looks like a spreadsheet of the data that you're seeing displayed in the map form. So this way you can look at the county, Warren County, for example, and you can see the actual numbers in table form, and then you can see it visually in the map. So the table option is really useful for looking at the data more in depth, and specifically if you're trying to get information on one county. Okay, a couple other things that you can do. As you can see along the top, you have a share, a print, and a measure option. These allow you to do a few different things. Share, you can share the link to this map. It'll give you a short link to send to folks. Print, you can print out a version of the map. So if you're trying to make handouts or you want to distribute the map in print form. Measure allows you to measure the distance between 2 points or to measure an area. So if you're trying to find how far away things are from each other, you can use the measure option. And bookmarks allows you to set your own map pages as bookmarks, and it'll always take you back to that specific spot on the map. So those are some tools you can use. Obviously, you also have the search option here. So if you're trying to find a town or a specific address, you can use the search bar. If you do create an account, again, there are free accounts available. You can sign in up here. Okay, back over on the Iowa Women's Foundation page, just want to quickly look at the other maps that you have available. So you have women in politics, economic data, marital and household data, and then age, language, and SMA definitions. So if you click these maps, again, they will open up in a new tab or window for you, and you will have access to the data sets available under these maps. So again, women in politics, right now we're looking at women mayors in 2012. You can see that because the legend is showing us. The little icon is the pin with the green head. If you click contents, you see what information is available, and you can turn on other data, turn it on and off. So click it on, click it off to display the information that's useful to you. So all of the maps operate in the same way despite the different types of data. Okay, that's all I have for you today. So again, a reminder to find the handout on the mapping tool page. You can download that, and it'll help you guide your way through the maps. You can use the maps to look at different data. You can also use your own data that you have available from your organization and try to use it with the information available on these maps. So we hope that this information is helpful to you and you are able to successfully use the maps in your work. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. We truly appreciate your time and expertise today. In summary, we have shared with you important data on the status of women and girls in Iowa and introduced you to the She Matters mapping tool. We have explained why the tool was developed and how to use it. We hope you can see the benefits both will bring you and the work you do for Iowa's women and girls. Thank you.